Welcome back for the second lecture, sole proprietorship. What is sole proprietorship? Firstly, we need to know regarding it. Okay, so sole proprietorship is a private is a form of private organization which is owned and managed by a single individual. A single individual manages all the functions of a business. That is called sole proprietorship. Moving ahead with the features, so first one the feature comes as single ownership. Since the word soul is involved, which means a single person, so the single person manages all the activities of the business. Single ownership, he is liable to get all the profit which has been given by the business, or all the losses he has right to bear. The next thing which comes is the formation and closure. It is very easy to form a business of the sole proprietorship because not a huge investment is required, and it can be converted or formed by a converted into a new format. Okay, and closure. If the company is in a great loss, then it is very easy and convenient to close a small business of sole proprietorship. Just taking an example of daily need, if it does not work for a particular individual, that will create a lot of burden for an individual. So he has to not take any permission from the government or from the partner to engage it. So he can close it. The next thing which comes is unlimited liability. What does unlimited liability mean? Unlimited liability means that he is responsible for all kinds of risk bearing and all kind of profit bearing. He has all the rights. Okay, there will not be any partner who will be getting all kinds of profit, or whatever he earns, he will earn himself only. He has to not divide the profit into two parts or losses into two parts. Here the main case is that if he commits a loss, then he will be responsible for it, and he may have to pay by giving his or selling his personal property. The main things arises. Okay, and individual risk bearing. The next thing is individual risk bearing. Since there is no partner involved in the sole proprietorship, so the risk it is a risk of a individual only. If individual will not be bear the risk, then the work will not be completed. Okay, so the sole proprietor individual risk bearing is the most important point. Okay, he has to take risk individually. Okay, if I have invested rupees 1 lakh in a particular shop, I'll be responsible for it, not anyone else. If there is a partnership, then the both partners will be responsible. 50,000 will be shared between them. But in the sole proprietorship, individual will be only be responsible for it. The next thing which comes is one man control. See, any decision I have to take, I will take myself only. I will not contact any of the partners or any individual. I will take that decision by myself only. So that is one man control. Any decision, any kind of, I will take only. So it's a one man control. There is no one to control my business. No one has right to control my business. I have to take all the decisions which are engaged in a particular business activity. The next point which comes is about the merits of the particular sole proprietorship. The next thing, it's a quick decision making, a good decision. Since I am the sole proprietor of a particular market, so I will be responsible for the commencement of my business. So I will take a quick decision about what the situation was. Suppose a fashion trend has changed, so I have to look forward to it. I have to change my way of trend and use the latest technology equipments to make it better for the my people, my society. That's a quick decision making. Direct incentive. Whatever the profit I am getting, that profit I will be getting direct. I have to not redistribute, or I will not wait for anyone to give me. If I have a partnership there, I can get it from him. But in this case, direct incentive is given by a particular individual. Okay, he bear himself only that he has earned this much profit, and he will get that. The next thing which comes is easy to form and dissolve. It is very easy to form and dissolve. As explained in the formation and closure part, it is very easy to form and easy to dissolve the sole proprietorship. Just taking another example, I open a particular shop, and I am the single owner of a particular company or a shop or a business, you can say. So I thought I worked for a 6 months. I see no profit coming out from that. I'm just engaged in loss. So I will dissolve that. Okay. And if I am sitting and thinking that the market or the particular society requires this product, I have to start it. I can earn a lot of profit. So I will make up a business. I will try to make up mind to start a business. So it is very easy to form and dissolve. The next thing which comes is demerit of a sole proprietorship. Okay. The fourth point under this is limited resources. See, if an individual is engaged in those kind of activity, in business activity, so the limited resources will be there. Because if I earn only rupees 1 lakh, I invest that 1 lakh in a capital form, that 1 lakh only capital I would be having. If there is a partnership, suppose there is a partnership, two partners are there. I bring 1 lakh capital and the other one brings 1 lakh capital. So this both will come into existence, 2 lakh capital will be there. But in the sole proprietorship, 1 lakh only will be there. So that plays a major role. Limited resources I am having, I have to use that only 1 lakh rupees. The next thing is limited life of a business. See, I'm a sole proprietor of a particular business, so it will have a limited liability of a business, because see, anything which involves that I cannot expand. I am just owner of the company. I need a lot of resources. Since resources are limited here, as mentioned, so there will be a lot of problem for me to expand the business. I require huge capital to expand my business. But if I am not earning that kind of profit, I will not be able to relocate my business everywhere in the town or the state. So the main thing which is limited life of a business, that's I have a limited life. The next point is unlimited liability. Same thing which has been given as a feature, that if he is getting any kind of risk, he has to bear himself only. No one is responsible for that. The next thing which arises is that the limited life, if I am getting a lot of profit, I will earn myself only, I will expand my business. If I am not getting a huge amount of profit, losses are there, a lot of losses are there. So in that case, I have a problem, a systematic problem I am having. In those cases, I may sell my personal properties also, and will look to shut down my business and go away from the particular area also. That condition also may arise. This is all the points regarding the sole proprietorship. In the next lecture, we will continue with the other private sector. What are the other private sectors? Okay, thank you.